Do you have customers or clients? Happy week to you. It's Monday. This is episode 411? Can that be right? Sounds like a lot to me. It's John Butt, that is, you remember, from the Marketing for Owners website. At marketingforowners.com/podcast. You can find all previous episodes of this stuff, including the Wednesday expert interview series, which is where it's not just me, it's someone important. I'll tell you about this week's in a minute. But customers, clients, okay, we all want more sales. And there are only a few ways to get more sales. One of them, in fact, there are 3 ways. I've talked about that before. Oh, that will be a subject for another podcast, I'll remind you. But one is to have more clients. Simple as that. More people that buy, or more customers. But for a lot of people, there's a difference between a customer and a client. Now, in my business at Fire Protection Online, we're an e-commerce site. So we are like Amazon, obviously a little bit smaller, not quite as successful or famous as Amazon. And I'd love to say, but you never know. But no, we'll never be, obviously. But we have many orders a day, like over 100 orders a day. And new customers coming all the time. A lot of people are just one-offs. They'll just buy things. They buy anonymously. They don't have to register. We know who they are, but they are not people known to us. We don't like pick up the phone and say, "Hello, do you want to buy more stuff?" But then we have other customers who buy regularly. And they phone up, and the guys in customer service will probably know these people and know their preferences. Someone will ring up and they'll ask for Chris, for instance. Chris is excellent in our customer services department, and they'll ask for Chris specifically. Chris will know what they do. Now those are regular buyers, and we describe them more of clients. Now, if you're smaller, if you are a consultant or therapist, you work with people, you probably refer to them as clients. But for me, and for a lot of people, the main difference is a customer's a kind of one-off. Now, it's not that they're not important, they're sort of one-off. But it is extremely important for you to make the most of customers and to turn that one-off customer into a repeat customer, okay? So, because when they've bought, when they're a customer, they've made that first purchase, they trust you a little and they test you out. But if they then buy again, it means they properly trust you. They trust you enough to buy again. You delivered on your promises, you did what you said you would do, and they will buy again. They become a repeat customer. And this is important. I'll explain in a sec. Now, once they have become a repeat customer, if you can find those, these are the ones that you can take the time, put the effort in, and contact and talk to them. Talk about their experience with you. So, in an excuse for feedback, for anything, and don't be scared of talking to these people, because they trust you. As just mentioned, they've bought from you more than once, so they thought enough of you to buy. They then trusted you enough to buy again, so they like you. They like what you do. The price is right. They like you. They are excellent to talk to. And when you talk to them, you don't just want to say, "I just want some feedback on that. Can I go through a survey? I've got a questionnaire." No. Tell them that you are constantly looking to improve what you do, and people like you, talking to that person, people like you are just fabulous because you've bought from us more than once. I'd love to know your experience. I'd love to hear from you what you think specifically and how we can do better in your opinion. Now, you are sort of stroking their ego. nobody, well, some people won't have time, but if they don't have time, say, is it possible, it's okay to give you a ring another time? Is there something more important? Don't think they're fobbing you off. They may not have time. They might think, you can say, this, by the way, will only take 2 minutes. Yeah, we know it's going to take 10, but only take 2 minutes. But ask for another time, because they actually may say, oh yeah, sure. Call me on probably Tuesday mornings are best, maybe around 10 o'clock. No problem, eh? So speak to them, stroke their ego. People like to hear that you value them and you value their opinion, but make it sound like it's specifically them, not just people like them in general. They are only interested in themselves. So appeal to that ego. Now, once you've done that, and once they've got the question, so don't ask them silly demographic things like, where did you go to school? How long does it take you to get to work? Ask them very specific things relating to the way you operate. Was it easy to find what you were looking for? Did we follow up? Would you have wanted more information? When we sent it out, did you find the invoice? Was it laid out? Did the box, was the packaging good? Was it the way you expected? Did you get, is it, if you wanted that again, what would you want, how would you want it next time? Etc, etc. Very, very pertinent information to the order. But once you've got that, you can say to them, that's great. I love the point you just said about the way the packaging opens. Yeah, the fact that you could open it upside down could cause problems for other people. If you're going to say that, that's obviously going to be something that other people are going to say. Now, no one has actually told me that, so I want to thank you, and that is something we are going to change. Thank you very much. Now, someone there feels they've influenced you. You are going to change because of their brilliance. They love that. This all goes as part of the process of moving them. So they've already gone from customer to a repeat. Now they're going to do it again, and they're going to become a regular customer. And at that point, they're a client because they're a regular. That's why, as a therapist or something, you're going to have a 4 or 6 session dates, 6 dates with a client. They're a client and not a one-off. So you want to move them through this process because you've put all that effort into getting them, make them or help them, encourage them to buy again and again and again. And when they are a client, they really like you. And it's at that point you can ask them, you can speak to them and say, hey, you really appreciate this. This works out, that what we do is great, isn't it? You must know someone else. Is there anyone else in your position you can recommend us to? If you'd like to give them an address, I can mention your name. We can give them a little bonus on their first order and impress them the same way as we do with you. Then they are becoming preachers and they're doing your selling for you. That's why. And that's the difference between customers and clients. So try to work on that. Honestly, it will help. Oh, it's a Monday. Time for a book for the week. And today, the book is called Fascinate. Now, Fascinate has been out before. It's been revised and updated. It is by Sally Hogshead. Sally happens to be our expert interview this Wednesday. And it sounds like a corny thing to say, but Sally is fascinating. Her whole subject is absolutely fascinating. What she does is she explains how to make your brand impossible to resist, and she shows you how to differentiate your brand and how to understand how yours is different to others, or how you are different to others, and how to break that down. She's a top marketer. In America, she won awards, and she's fantastic. The book is great. Really, really good. This is one I will be listening to again, and there are there's diagrams, there's things to go with it, there's PDFs on the website that go with it. So Fascinate by Sally Hogshead, I recommend it, it's outstanding. I'll be back tomorrow.